Everyone, I'm a piece of bread 154, and you probably know that if you are able to read. So today we're going to be looking at a pretty interesting mod. The most interesting part is, as you might be able to tell by this villager house, we're in 1.14. Normally most of the mods I do are for 1.12. All three of the mods I've reviewed. But this one is for 1.14, which is nice. God, I hate spiders. Which is nice because 1.14 update is cool, but it gets a little bit boring pretty quickly. And since Forge isn't really stable for 1.14 yet, it's nice to have some content. So the mod we're going to be looking at today is Upgrade Aquatic, and what this mod does is that it adds it basically just adds a bunch of new features to the update Aquatic. And 1.13 was cool, but it's always nice to have more ocean content. So we will check out those features right here in the A Piece of Bread 153 Memorial Marine Biology Lab. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the first feature we have isn't really related to the ocean. It's bedrolls. And bedrolls are crafted like this. So as you can see, 5 leather and a white wool. And then you can just craft any dye with it to change the color. You can't use colored wool, though. That just doesn't work. And this is what the uncolored bedroll looks like. Let's turn my HUD back on. And this is what the uncolored bedroll looks like. So as you can see, it's got a very leathery texture. They all do. It's kind of gross. It looks like an elephant. But basically all they do is they allow you to sleep, so you'll reset your insomnia meter and move the day forward without setting your spawn points. That's really useful. The other thing that sort of has to go with that is the new insomnia potions. These are brewed using cocoa beans and a water bottle in a brewing stand. So obviously it's supposed to be like coffee or whatever. And what they do is they lower your insomnia meter. So as you can see, you can't really tell what that does, but basically what that means is your insomnia meter is what allows phantoms to spawn. So by making these potions, you can drink these instead of going to sleep so that phantoms won't spawn. And if you craft a restfulness potion, or if you brew a restfulness potion with this fermented spider eye, you'll get a potion of insomnia, which does the opposite. So it increases your insomnia meter so that phantoms will spawn. Don't know why you'd want to do that. I guess, oh yeah, you can turn into splash potion so you can ruin your friend's life for literally no gain to yourself. But otherwise, not really much of a point. But it's nice to be able to cure insomnia. So, next thing we have to look at is these. These are guardian spines. There's those things that, pop out of the front of guardians. And they drop from guardians. And then this is the elder guardian spine, which, as you might guess, drops from elder guardians. So, let's pull this lever. As you can see, comes just straight out, big, flowing in red. And this one, it's thicker, it's bluer, and yeah, it's just kind of gross. It looks like it's greasy. Ugh. Anyway, what these do is that they give you mining fatigue and slowness whenever you step on them. So, and then the thick one gives you mining fatigue for longer, and it's supposed to make you slower, but it doesn't really seem to be doing that. But yeah. So basically they are just a retractable way to just, I don't know, I guess keep people out of an area. Not really sure, but they look cool, and it's nice having these retractable spikes. But the other thing they do is underwater. So the other thing has to do with them being underwater. So obviously, since 1.14, they can be waterlogged, but if you're swimming, while you touch them, you will stop swimming. yeah, I'm not really sure the usefulness of that. Um, yeah, I really don't know. But these make a nice little underwater trap. You could definitely drown your friends or enemies, I guess, if you're playing on with people you hate on a Minecraft server for some reason. You could definitely use this against them and drown them in a little tunnel underwater. Yeah. Elder spines, they're pretty cool. So whenever I get out, okay. The next item we have to look at is the Elder Guardian Eye. This drops from the Elder Guardian. It's its eye. And what it does is when you right click, turn it on, so you can makes a cool little noise there. And it functions as an entity detector. So as you see, when I walk in front of it, it sends a redstone pulse out the back, and it activates these redstone lamps. And it can be turned in any direction. Well, not any direction. It can be turned in 4 directions and up and down. So I guess that's not that many directions, really. It'd be cool if you could turn it like a mob head, so you could have it going diagonally, but I don't think that's physically possible. And yeah, these just work as an entity detector. They have a pretty long range, as you can see. Yeah, and they emit a redstone pulse out of all sides when they are activated. So yeah, really useful, and it's got a cool little texture too. You could probably use it for decorations. So, now let's move on to the actual, like, water-based stuff. So the first thing is 2 new plants. You have right here pickerel weed, which sort of reminds me of, God, what are they called? Those corn dog looking things that you see growing in marshes. Cattails, I think? Whatever. Yeah. They slow you down when you walk over them, so, you know, that's annoying. And yeah, they can grow, oh, well, I forgot to put dirt there. But they can grow underwater or above water, as long as they're on dirt. That's the only block they can grow in. And they grow in any biome where there's water, except for beaches and oceans. They're strictly freshwater plants. Then the other plant we have here is kind of worse. It's sea rocket, which is a much cooler name than what it actually is. And it's just a little plant that grows on sand, and it just sits there. It doesn't do anything. It's kind of pretty. It's always, I feel like Minecraft beaches are kind of missing some wildlife, because a lot of beaches in real life, a lot of dunes, are just full of random weird plants, and this just adds a nice bit of flavor, even if it's not really that exciting. And if you bone meal it, it's like sunflowers, and it just, you know, spawns millions of little baby flowers like that. Yeah, not yeah, well, whatever. Okay, so let's just ignore that, and we'll go on to jelly torches. Jelly torches don't do anything. They're just, they're in the game, and they emit light. They work as torches that can be placed underwater, but they can't be crafted in survival, so they're kind of useless. In the next update, the mod author is planning to add jellyfish, so that's how you will be able to craft the jellyfish, or jelly torches, or whatever the hell they're called. But yeah, until then, they're not of much use. As you can see, they only come in 8 colors rather than the Minecraft palette of 16. So yeah. Alright. Well, that sure was thrilling. But we have one more little bit of marine life to look at. Well, we have 2 bits. First of all, we have 10 new types of coral. Yeah, that sounds right. Something like 10. Yeah, 10 new types of coral, so just spice up coral reefs. There is Elder Prismarine coral, which is that one right there. What the hell? Is there a guardian? Okay, Okay, that's weird. Akan coral, which is that blue one there. Or Asin coral? I have no idea. Finger coral, which is that cool orange one there. Star coral, green. Moss coral, other green, but darker. Petal coral, which I really like, which is that light blue. Branch coral, which is my favorite, which is like a dark black or brown. Rock coral, that one there. Pillow coral, which is like white there. I really like the texture of the coral block there. It's kind of weird. Yeah, no. But anyway, yeah, and then there is also silk coral, which is that nice purple one there, and prismarine coral, which can be crafted into prismarine. And elder prismarine coral is just the dead version of prismarine coral, and it looks like that. It just looks like a brown version of prismarine. And if you remember from the, fantastic Quark mod review series on this channel, elder prismarine is a feature in that mod too. Additionally, there are these coral showers which can be placed on the ceiling underwater, and they have these nice little like weird particle effects. And yeah, they look kind of cool. I don't really know what the deal with that is. So yeah, that does it for that does it for literally all of the new items and stuff that are added. There is a bit more. There's boiled pickerel weed, for example, which is just pickerel weed that's been cooked in a furnace. And the purple one heals a little bit more hunger. It heals an extra half chicken nugget than the blue one, which only heals 1 chicken nugget. They both have 0 saturation, so they kind of suck as food. But yeah, that's about it. That's it for the plants. So, now we get to check out the new fish added. Oh, and a couple other tweaks. So, the first one is that phantoms only attack the player who has the insomnia effect. So, whoever summons the phantoms is the one who gets attacked by them. So that's neat. There's a lot of changes to phantoms in this mod, which is weird, because, it seems like it's more focused on the ocean aspects. But let's forget about that. The next change is that the turtle shell now gives infinite water breathing. That's kind of useless because I have a conduit there, but it is nice, and it has a nice little effect in your hotbar there when you're underwater. And it also loses durability, 1 durability every 2 seconds while you're submerged in water. And that's the trade-off for infinite water breathing. So, let's take our biology stick here and go down to check out the new wildlife. Oh, so the first thing... Ooh. Do conduits always make those creepy noises? That is weird. Anyway. Change to conduits now allows you to use stairs, half slabs, as well as prismarine coral and elder prismarine coral, which are the stuff you saw up there, to make conduits, which is nice because having to use only full blocks is really ugly. Ugh, I really don't like how I said that, but yeah, just makes it a bit prettier. That's nice. Seriously, is there a guardian somewhere? That's kind of freaking me out. Anyway, so as you can see there, in my hotbar, you have those little green turtles, and that shows you the durability of your turtle shell. And that's how you make sure you don't drown in some underwater cave. So, yeah, that's a nice little particle effect. And let's see if we can check out some of the new corals. So, right, here you have the white coral. Actually, you know what, I'm not going to check out the corals. You guys can see them. These are all the new corals. There's none of the vanilla corals. They all look pretty. It's nice. It's always nice having variety. And these are all the coral fans on the ceiling there, or the vertical ceiling. And here's the little showers This is kind of how they spawn naturally, just on the roof of caves and stuff, and they just drip their little particle effects down, and yeah, it's kind of gross, honestly. It reminds me of like dead skin falling off. But anyway, let's not think of that. Let's check out the lionfish. The lionfish is one of the new mobs added. It's based off of, you know, the lionfish. And it just floats around. It will attack tropical fish and eat them. So you gotta keep it in a separate tank if you have an aquarium. Which I didn't do, and as you can see, it's eaten every single one of the tropical fish except those ones. When you attack it, when you attack it, oh Jesus! As you can see, it poisons and gives you nausea. Oh, and it's coming after me too. Look at that. Jesus. Okay, this thing's aggressive. Hit it with the biology stick. Oh, okay, that also hurt. And you can also eat them. They don't heal a lot. Raw lionfish only heals 1 chicken nugget. So, not great. Oh, and it poisons you. Yeah, okay. So, don't eat lionfish in real life either. They are a real fish. They're an extremely invasive species, and they suck. I hate them. And now they're in the game too. And it's nice to just have, you know, some variety. It's a cool model and stuff. But now we're going to check out my favorite new mob, which is... I have to be careful down here because I only have one heart left. It's the Nautilus. This little dude, it will run away if you swim near it, or if a hostile mob swims near it. So like a, what do you call it? A drowned. And as you can see, there's these cute little squid things, these little shells, and they just swim around, and they don't really do much. You can't eat them, fortunately, because, of course, I mean, why would you? They're way too adorable. But they do drop Nautilus shells on their death. Look at that dude's little face. Oh my god, they're so cute. So they drop Nautilus shells on their death, which of course you use for making conduits. Yeah, that's right. Oh shit. Oops. I shouldn't swear. Oh poop. Yeah, that's about it for the Nautilus. There's also this new ammonite ore. What the okay. I'm not used to these new 1.14s. These new underwater ambient noises that they're really freaking me out. Anyway, yeah, ammonite ore. It's a fossilized ammonite in stone, which are these things. I'll throw up a picture. And yeah, they drop Nautilus shells when you mine them, so you don't have to kill these little Nautilus dudes to get their shells, if you want to play Minecraft as a vegetarian. Also, you might notice they aren't affected by bubble streams. So that's interesting, because I think every other mob in the game is. So you can't, well, I mean, you can farm them, you just have to use a different method. And they also spawn at the bottom of deep underwater chasms, so it's probably good that they aren't affected by bubble streams. Well, okay, that conduit's really freaking me out. I don't like that at all. The last mob added by the mod is the pike. Pike are a big fish. They only live in freshwater, I think, so they will not spawn in the ocean, but they will spawn in any other biome that has what do you call it? Water. Yeah, water. And they hide in this pickerel weed, and they stay there. As you can see, that one's completely disappeared into it. There it is. Until a another fish comes by. Actually, let's just release them. So, as you can see, they will go and search for other fish. They're not very smart though, so kind of need to help them out. Alright, let's get... I don't want dirt. Let's get one of these guys. Oh no, here he comes. He's just taking his time. So yeah, they will attack other species of fish, as you can see, and then eat them. So that's really cool. And they will also pick up items that are dropped. So when that dude finishes eating his little tropical fish snack, we can see... Or let's just spawn another one. So yeah, they will pick up items that are dropped. Okay, I can't get them to do it. They will pick up items that are dropped, and will sometimes spawn with items in their mouth. The items that you get from fishing, specifically. And yeah, they're kind of cool. They sort of work as... I mean, obviously, they're not as interesting as sharks. That would be way better. But they do serve as a sort of predatory dude for the, water biomes. That's cool. And when they attack a fish, they will, you see, come out of the pickerel weed, attack it, and then go back into the weed. So they do have some pretty, well, I don't want to say advanced AI, but they do kind of think a little bit. They are also a neutral mob. So they will leave you alone until, let's hit it with the biology stick. Oops, that killed it instantly. Okay, let's just punch it. God damn it. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, it will now attack me, and... Oh, okay, get back here. Oh my god. Okay, well, there we go. Come on, attack me now. As you can see, it will then attack and kill me. And now I'm all the way back here. So yeah, they're not very nice. Well, although I guess you have to attack them first, so maybe they are nice. But they will slaughter absolutely every other fish around, as you can see. And yeah, they also drop, you know, raw pike when they're killed, which has 2 little chicken nuggets when you eat it raw, but cooked it has 4 chicken nuggets and a lot of saturation. That's pretty good. It's like fishing for steak. Also, they make those little munching noises when they eat fish, and that's kind of cute. So, that about does it for the... Oh yeah, by the way, here's some sea rocket. Ugh. Disgusting. Anyway, that about does it for the Upgrade Aquatic mod. So, this is a mod that's currently being developed and updated, so you can expect a lot more from this mod in the future. But for now, that's all the content. They just recently updated on the 15th of August, and the next update, which should probably be around the middle of September, is going to add thrashers, which are a new sort of shark-like mob. So that'll be cool, and it'll also add jellyfish for those jelly torches. At least, I'm assuming. I don't actually know if it's going to add that, but I'm assuming so, because it's on the coming soon page. Yeah. So, this mod has a lot of promise if it continues to be updated. And I really can't wait to see where it's going. It's nice to see a actual quality mod for 1.14, and it doesn't use fabric, it uses forge. Yeah. So, this has been a piece of bread 154 with the Upgrade Aquatic mod by user okay, it's by a lot of users, so it's a whole dev team rather than just some dude. So yeah, that about does it. Oh, and if any of the mod devs happen to be watching for any weird random reason, add algae. I know this is kind of a weird idea. You just have like algae, which works like vines and just grows on the sides of walls and stuff underground. So it's sort of like vines, but for the ocean. I think that'd be pretty cool. You know, that'd be pretty cool. But that does it for another A Piece of Bread 154 mod review that doesn't need to be nearly as long as it is. So, I will see you guys next time, whenever that happens to be, which it will probably be a very long time. Actually, you know, cutting off my own intro for like the third time here. My next video probably isn't gonna be Minecraft based. Maybe. I have an idea for a video, but I have no idea how to actually make it. But if I figure out a good way to do it, then the next video is going to be about, let's just say it's going to be about biology, and we'll leave it at that. So, this has been A Piece of Bread 154 for, I think, the third time now. Goodbye.